She was a rich woman, she had rich taste.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's
Emma from Lychee Pink Planner, and welcome back to my channel. I've decided to do one of the things that I'm most proud of in the year of 2020. One of the highlights for me in 2020 was The Tiger King. Around about April time, I did a Netflix binge. I saw a few comments online of people going, you've got to watch this, you've got to watch this. And of course, then there was some memes. So I'm like, right, okay, I've got to see what all the fuss is about.
Here is a fact that may make you stop for a second. There are more captive tigers in the U.S. today than there are in the wild throughout the world.
Come here, you sexy beast. Hi, little man.
Look at the big smile. There you go. Show them applause.
I watched the first episode, and initially I wasn't overly drawn into it.
Oh yeah, just down the street there's a guy that has a lion, or a guy down there that has a tiger.
But I thought, well, hey ho, let's watch the second episode.
I'll tell you, it's real simple. Don't own big, dangerous, exotic animals, because it's a time bomb. Everybody has a story. Everybody has owned one.
By the second episode, I was like, okay, I get it.
I've been doing this 20 years, never even been bit. It's okay. It's okay.
And then by the third episode, there was no way I was going to stop watching from that point.
The so-called Tiger King.
He is on trial, accused in a murder-for-hire plot.
Joe Exotic is accused of paying a person to murder Carole Baskin.
I had to then binge to get to the absolute end. After that became a teeny weeny bit of an obsession.
The woman's just obsessed with me.
Of all of the characters involved in the show.
People are nuts, man. They're all crazy.
I'm sure y'all got a story to tell.
He was like a mythical character living out in the middle of Oklahoma, who owned 1,200 tigers and lions and bears and shit.
Come here, love me. Matt spoken, good looking, love to party and have fun.
I don't think we're done blowing it up today.
I don't figure you are.
They have a heart and a soul and a mind. I've learned from them. But Carole Baskin keeps saying, I can't have these tigers.
If he ever had an enemy in his life, it was Carole Baskin.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carol at Big Cat Rescue.
Carol is the Mother Teresa of cats.
We will end the private possession of these cats.
This is my way of living, and nobody's gonna tell me any otherwise.
Carol has an army of people working for free.
She's a plain out hypocrite. She literally does everything that I do.
So Joe says, will you go to Florida and what?
Kill that fucking lady.
What a story. And it got way bigger.
Sometimes they say that I'm the prototype for Scarface.
We're supposed to be sexy, and we're luring people in.
You may now kiss the grooms.
You're gonna have to kill me to shut me up.
Now, let's be honest with you, you couldn't have got a more set of exotic characters. And it was a very, very complex story. From there, I thought I want to be able to almost like put the episodes into some kind of book. Again, it was a project to do while we were in lockdown, and it gave me a sense of joy. It gave me something to do, and I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. Now, this particular cover, I need to do a big shout out and a thank you to Helen Richardson. I contacted her and I had an idea in mind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do it on a mini. I didn't want to do anything too big in case I didn't have enough to put into it. I contacted her and I said, look, I really like the idea of a burn book. Managed to find a copyright-free version of the burn book, because obviously you cannot copy something which is copyrighted. Searched all of Google, managed to find it. So big shout out, thank you so much. It's beautiful and I love it. So this is what I made. This was from an Etsy seller. Now, I'm really, really sorry to whomever made this. I went back through my Etsy list and I cannot find the seller to be able to name them. If anybody knows who this seller was, please, again, comment down below. I would really like to be able to give them a bit of a shout out and say thank you. This, again, was from Helen. Thank you very much. Also was the custom note pages in here. Again, Helen printed these up. She'd cut them all to size. And I just thought, you know what, it's a pink burn book. We've got to have a little bit of pink tiger print down the side. I managed to find this tiger print washi. Now, until I searched for tiger print washi, I didn't realise how hard it would be to actually get any. I searched Etsy, I did eBay, I trawled all over Google. In the end, this came from America. Now that's how much my obsession had almost become, that I needed this washi. Not any washi will do, no, it had to be tiger washi. I didn't pay a lot for it. I paid, I think, the equivalent of $3 and then £2 in shipping. While we were in the lockdown, obviously there was a slight bit of delay, but actually it only took a month. I got my faithful sprocket and I went through all of my favourite memes and some screenshots, because I figured in a year's time the Tiger King will be a distant memory. The memes would have stopped online, and I wanted to put my favourite ones that, you know, while I was sitting there with not a lot to do, the memes that made me laugh. This is obviously just a screenshot of the man himself, Joe Exotic, and some of the trailer images of the Tiger King.
I ain't cutting my hair, I ain't changing the way I dress, the earrings are staying, and I'll be goddamn if I wear a suit.
Again, from the Netflix series. I decided to add in some information from Wikipedia about the whole thing, the episodes and the trailers, and I literally just ripped the washi to make it look like tiger clawing. So there's the name of the episodes on here. The Secret, episode 3, that's the one that draws you in, gotta be the one that draws you in. All the way through to episode 6. Did I include episode 7? Yes, episode 7. A biography of Joe Exotic himself. His name is Joseph. Some information about him, his partners, etc. Carol Baskin.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
A local millionaire vanishes without a trace, but did he simply walk away, or did something more ominous happen to him?
The last thing he said to me was that he needed me to have Kenny get a truck ready because he was going early, he said, the next day to Costa Rica.
People thinking that she fed her husband to the tiger.
Maybe the world's most unpopular woman of 2020. Who knows? There might be an award. I'm not sure. Is she misunderstood? Don't know. Watch the series yourself and make your own conclusions of it. This is where the influence came from the burn book. I saw this meme, and it is literally a burn book, and someone has put in here, Carol Baskin is a something or other, husband and smells of sardine oil.
If I were gonna, if somebody wanted to kill you, then they would put like sardine oil all over you.
So what is this show about? And I think this particular meme pretty much summed it up. Tiger King has everything. Tigers, lions, murder, a gay redneck throuple, one-armed lesbian, alligator arse and mullets, pizza made from expired Walmart meat, a zoo-based sex cult, a crazy cat lady, and country songs about tigers and gay love.
Woke up this morning with the sunshine in my eyes.
What more do you need? See, this still makes me chuckle a little bit. It's like COVID-19 hit, obviously, in the UK. An image here of some toilet rolls, and I will make people lose their goddamn minds. And then there's Joe Exotic just going, hold my beer. Because honestly, a lot of people just went crazy for it. He's probably thinking about protecting our family from COVID. And then it says, I can't believe this whole time I could have had a tiger for only $2,000. Episode 3, well, yeah. Couples goals. you just have to see Carol's wedding photos. Just Google them. Just just Google Carole Baskin wedding photos. She actually has her second husband on a leash. Yeah. Yes, it's true. Justin Bieber over here looking like Joe Exotic's next husband. And then everybody started to cut their own hair. I don't know if anyone remembers, there was a lot of people, you know, putting on Facebook. I don't use Twitter, but I saw like screenshots of people going, you know, oh, it's got to the point where I'm cutting my own hair. My nephew had his hair cut, and I'm so sorry, my sweetheart, that I included this in there, but you did end up with a bit of a basin haircut. And when I saw the picture, I just had to get my finger and squirrel the blonde bits, because you just started to look a little bit like Joe Exotic. But I did put a trend started. I don't think it really did. This guy, look, he had his hair cut for charity. For, you know, sorry, not charity. He did it for his employees that had currently been, you know, put on furlough. This was obviously in America, and they didn't have the furlough scheme. I don't know what it was called over in America. The jokes that linked into things that were appropriate at the time. It's like what my co-workers see during a conference call 3 weeks into quarantine after I've cut my own hair. Joe Exotic for president.
I am not cutting my hair. I'm not changing the way I dress. I refuse to wear a suit. I am gay. I've had 2 boyfriends most of my life. I currently got legally married. Thank God. It's finally legal in America. I've had some kinky sex. I have tried drugs through the younger years of my life. I am broke as shit. I have a judgment against me from some down there in Florida. I'm Joe Exotic, and don't forget, I am now stepping my foot in the ring to run for president. I'm gonna have to move past that one because obviously it's got some rude words in it. I linked in, you know, because everyone was then homeschooling. Parents had to homeschool during the outbreak, so locked in house, feeding my kids 3 meals and 500 snacks a day. And again, there's a scene where Joe uses this and he says, I'm never going to financially recover from this. Here we go. Tiger King taught us how to socially distance. I know it's very mean, but it's talking about one of the characters' teeth. After the show, he's obviously had his teeth done. But it just tickled me. Needs must during a pandemic. Again, it just tickled me. Someone's put on the outside of their door, it says, did Carole Baskin kill her husband waiting for parcels? And they've put yes, no. And the delivery drivers have put the majority of the parcels on the yes side. When my husband asks who ordered all of the Amazon packages, and it's that Carole Baskin. And yes, we definitely needed this as an emoji. Our phones got full with memes. Mine certainly did, because I was screenshotting them all to make this. So it then says, babe, can I borrow your phone? Yeah, just let me delete something real quick. And then there's all the pictures. Joe Exotic around Easter time. And then this is kind of like coming into the aftermath of people then, you know, kind of like reflecting back over the show. This one tickled me again. I'm just trying to figure out who in the production team thought they should interview this man in a bathtub. Yeah, there was a man, and he was interviewed in a bathtub. And Tiger King was so insane that by the time this guy pulled up with a skeleton riding shotgun, I didn't even blink, and the show didn't feel the need to explain it. Yeah. What's this one? Where the most normal person in the show is a former drug kingpin who lightly brushes off an ATF agent being murdered on his property. I chuckled. I'm sorry, that seems so inappropriate, but when you watch it, you'll kind of understand. And then there was like, which Tiger King character are you? Honk if you hate Carole Baskin. We had some protests going on. Again, this was a sticker from Etsy. I do not know who it was from. I'm so sorry. I would love to be able to give you a shout out. And then I just put some of these in the back. I just cut them. Really, really cute. Just in case I need to add anything else. And then, of course, beautiful picture of Joe. So that was one of my projects for the year. I enjoyed doing it. It gave me something to look forward to plan, and it just gave me this sense of I was still able to be creative during this time, because I got in a bit of a planner funk, probably like a lot of people, didn't have a lot of things to plan, and I find it a good outlet to be able to focus my mind on certain things. I've never hid the fact that I like to do planning, and it helps kind of like, you know, when we all get a little bit anxious and the thoughts tend to get away with us, this enables me to focus my mind. So this is my cute little burn book, and that's it.
I saw a tiger, now I understand. I saw a tiger, tiger saw me.
So with this here, because I now can't see what I can see up there.
Yeah.
Right, if I'm here, what can you see?
Yeah, that looks good. You're spot on.
You cannot see my tits, nothing.
No, just...
Scratches. In, out.
Well, they're in, obviously.
Don't be obviously. It's hard to tell from this angle, and as long as you definitely can't see...
No, I've said anything that goes over there will be in shot.
Okay.
Oh.
You took a picture.
No. That's
It's the red
recording
one.
now.
Right, okay, go on then. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Nope, we'll try that again. Based on if Joe was making this book, please. Okay. Sorry, I just had to cut a bit out because I had a bit of a cough.
Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen. Fed them to tigers, they snacking. What's happening? Carol Baskin.